हेलो गाइस, वेलकम टू अनदर वीडियो। आज ना गेमिंग वीडियोस नहीं बना सकता मैं, लेकिन गेमिंग वीडियोस के तो वीडियोस मैं आप लोगों को दिखा सकता हूँ। चलो अभी आपको वीडियो दिखाता हूँ। इसमें थोड़ा वायलेंस होगा, मुझे वायलेंस पसंद है लेकिन इतना भी वायलेंस नहीं, मुझे नाइटमेयर था। चलो टीवी मेरे पीछे ऑन है, मैंने उस वीडियो में दिखाया था ना, इसीलिए जैसे मैं ये करूँगा आपको सबसे बड़ा बैटल दिया। टोटल 8 मिलियन सोल्जर्स होंगे। चलो शुरू करते हैं। तो ऑन क्यों नहीं हुआ? हाँ।
Gamers, welcome to the largest Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2 battle I've
ये
ever
मैं नहीं
done.
बोल रहा,
Actually,
वो
quite
यूट्यूबर
frankly,
बोल रहा है जिसने
the
बनाया था।
largest battle simulator battle of any video game that I have ever done on this entire channel.
वो मेरे
It's
पापा
crazy
थे।
because we specialize in battle simulator games. We have 4 million soldiers for each side. That means 8 million soldiers are
ऐसे
in
तो उसको
total
मैं
on
यही
this
हुआ
battlefield.
बैठा
We
हूँ,
have
वो
4
स्क्रीन में नहीं आ
million
रहा होगा आपके।
Roman soldiers over here. And then over this way, we have got ourselves 4 million Spartiates. That means that there are 8 million total soldiers on the battlefield.
ठीक
That
से
are
नहीं
going
दिख
to
रहा तो फिर मैं
clash
ठीक
in
करता
this
हूँ अभी।
massive battle.
हाँ,
It could
अब
last
टीवी
hours. I
अगर
don't know how
अगर
long
आपको
this
देख रहे हैं तो
battle
फिर टीवी में
is going
देखो।
to be, but it is going to be epic nonetheless. This is going to be absolutely insane, and I am here for it. I am so excited for it. So, if you guys enjoy these massive battles in Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator, please be sure to hit that like button. Let's try and get 1,000 likes in the first 24 hours. Also, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. We are trying to reach 500,000 subscribers by the end of 2022. And comment on down below, who would you like to win / who would you want to win this battle? Would you rather the Spartans win or the Romans win? Would you like the Spartans win, but you think that the Romans are going to win? Let me know what you think.
अगर आप चाहते हो कि मैं स्क्रीन पे आऊँ तो फिर आ जाता
Let's
हूँ।
watch them clash. All right, here we go, gamers. They are about to clash here. Let's watch it. Ooh, and there they go. Coming at each other in different separate lines here. Seems to be staggering in for the most part, but the fighting has begun. I really don't know actually the strengths between these two. We've never had the matchup on this channel before in battle, so I'm not sure if the Spartans or the Roman soldiers in Ultimate Battle are in fact stronger than one or the other. But as of right now, it does seem like Team 2 is winning. Now, I believe Team 2 is the Spartans. I'm pretty sure, although I could be wrong. So it seems like the Spartans might actually be the superior fighting force in all of this. Of course, initial fighting, a slight lead over the other when there are, 8 million soldiers on the battlefield currently does not mean that the end result is going to be going their way. There's still a lot of battle to go here, and I think during this battle, with all of these hills and mountains and things like that, and bodies that will end up piling up and such, we will end up seeing certain pockets of Roman soldiers doing better than the Spartans are, and we'll certainly see certain pockets of the Spartans doing better than certain pockets of the Roman soldiers are. So it will probably be a bit of a fluctuating battle here. Now, I did try and do 5 million versus 5 million, but my computer was lagging out. I think I might try and do that again sometime in the future, perhaps by sorting out the graphics card and maybe try to buff it or something like that, or overclocking or something along those lines. I might be able to squeeze out a little bit better of a result. So I'll try that in the future, but for now, 8 million soldiers is what we've got on the battlefield. I have to say, I am kind of impressed by how the game is running, though. I mean, considering the fact that there are this many soldiers on the battlefield, we are getting a solid 25 FPS. That really just shows how well they have built this game. Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2 clearly has some great action to it and fantastic methods of clearing out lag. I genuinely don't know that much about game design or anything like that, so I don't know how they're doing this, but it's pretty impressive. What I am seeing on the battlefield, though, is more Spartans lined up on the right side than there are Roman soldiers lined up on the left side, and I believe that's because the Spartans must have a faster base speed stat than the Roman soldiers, which makes sense because the Roman shield is a lot heavier than the Spartan shield in these regards. Either way, it seems like the Roman soldiers did just cross over the 100,000 lost mark on this battlefield. The Spartans have killed 100,000 Roman soldiers. The Romans have only killed about 30,000 Spartans, which means about 1 Spartan is able to kill 3 Roman soldiers. Again, that does not mean that this battle will end up being a Spartan victory. We have a long time to go here and a lot of possibilities for this battle in terms of, you know, who's going to start to win, who's going to start to lose, and things like that. But as of right now, it does seem like the Spartans are a little bit more dominant. Okay, so I've let this ride a little bit, and the Romans have almost lost 250,000 soldiers. What's actually happening is interesting. The Spartans are rising up against the Romans here and attacking from above against the Romans. So they're being able to fight over the bodies and fight the Romans from above, which seems to be actually giving them a pretty distinct advantage. Oh, what's this white blob out here?
What? ये क्या?
Is that a glitch? I think this
Ball
white
kiss
blob
क्या?
is a glitch in the game. I think that's like a Unity blob that is not supposed to be there but somehow spawned. That's a little bit bizarre. But yeah, either way, it seems like the number of dead bodies on the ground has allowed for a hill to be formed. The Spartans are currently taking advantage of the hill and gaining the high ground against the Romans, which is of course going to be bad for the Romans. It means the Romans are, you know, fighting an uphill battle here, which makes it just all the more harder for themselves. Let's go ahead and check out the other side of the mountain here. Okay, so here we are on the other side of the mountain. We have yet to really see anything happen over here, but it does seem like we actually have the Roman soldiers
इतने सारे रोमन्स?
coming
यार
down
यहाँ पे
this
इतने सारे रोमन्स क्या कर रहे
which is
हैं?
a little bit crazy. That's kind of cool that they have that path where they can move up and down.
यहाँ
So
पे
they
क्या
are sending
रोमन्स क्या कर
forces
रहे हैं?
from above over this way downwards, and let's find where the battle line is. Okay, so
Robin,
the battle
Robin,
line is
Robin.
down here.
पापा यार रुको
अभी से बग सब तो हो गया
Where it is. The Romans over this
और
way
किसी
are
और
getting
वीडियो को नहीं लगा सकते हो तो
cut
डाउन
off
पे
right
वो
here,
तो प्ले
and then being pushed beyond that boundary. So those reinforcements coming down from the mountain are going to be key. They need to rebuild this structure over this way in order to protect themselves against the Spartans that are coming forward over that way. That being this strange little hillside thing where there's
सॉरी गाइस मेरे पापा ने स्टार्ट करते हैं ना मुझे मैं हर बार काम
so
ही काम करता
it's
है
kind of interesting. There's like a peninsula of Spartans here. There's Spartans starting from here all the way back here. And then actually Romans are on either side of those groups of Spartans, which is kind of crazy. Interesting little lineup right there. And then we have sort of the same battle that's happening on the other side of the mountain over here with the Spartans
What are you doing?
and the Spartans sort of gaining the high ground in
Oh,
most
no.
of these places,
No, what are you doing?
stabbing downwards at the Romans. As
No,
we
what are you
speak, we are about to cross into 100,000
What are you
total kills for the Roman soldiers, which means that the Spartans are losing 100,000 soldiers. Meanwhile, the Spartans
कितना
have
बाकी
killed a
है
total
वीडियो
of
का
360,000 Roman soldiers now. That's a lot of dead Romans, dude. So we will go ahead and let this battle play out for a long time here. And, I'll be back when something interesting happens. Actually, wait, I want to check this out. Are these all Romans? Yeah, those are all Romans. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll be back when something interesting happens. Actually, I would argue something that kind of interesting is happening. It seems like the Romans have more soldiers heading up the mountain here. They are really taking advantage of this
No,
mountain.
ऊपर क्यों है?
Traversing
ऊपर
it.
क्या है?
The end of their path is right
नहीं,
here.
ऊपर क्या है इनके काम के मतलब?
No one else has made it this far forward, but it seems like they are on a flanking path towards the Spartans. They'll eventually get to this area if they continue down that path
Spartans
and
क्या हो
get
रहा है
there.
यहाँ पे?
The
बाकी तो
Spartans
नहीं है
don't seem to have
वो
any
main
such
battle है
path on their
उनके
side
का
of
दूसरा
over
battle
here. Oh, they do. They're
मेन
not
बैटल
taking,
में
they're not taking this path right here. They're too busy fighting the Romans down there. So the Romans will have a small excursion of soldiers going around this way and actually coming up here and then down the other side of the mountain, which will be really interesting to see. We should definitely check in on that and see how that little excursion ends up going for the Romans. It could be a nice little flanking opportunity for them. Okay, I've been watching this path for some time now, and it looks like the Spartans have started to take it up once some Romans have started heading this way. By the way, this Roman just fell down this entire cliff. Is he about to get back up? If he gets back up, oh my god, what a Chad. He got back up. But now he's stranded down here with no one. That's kind of
इनकी
funny.
हेल्थ ज्यादा होगी वो स्पार्टन्स भी आ
Either
गए
way, yeah, it looks like we are going to have a little bit of tangoing going on here between some Romans and Spartans, opening up another front, a small front that is. But the Romans almost successfully flanked the entire army down there, albeit with a very small amount of soldiers. But they almost managed to get that done, which would have been kind of crazy. Now, though, they are having to compete at another area over this way. So They are sending their forces down, and at the very least, they do have the high ground over the Spartans, but they do seem to be losing this battle to the Spartans. Another soldier falls off the edge. The Romans can't catch a break, man. But they do have more reinforcements coming out this way to go and fight those Spartans over there. So hopefully that will help out the Romans a little bit. Right now, the Spartans have 500,000 Romans. 500,000 Romans! That's so many dead Romans, dude. So many dead Romans. Oh, the poor Romans. I really thought they'd fight a little bit better against the Spartans, but it is looking currently like the Spartans will end up getting a victory here at the end of the day. I do want to see this body of piles in the middle, though, get bigger and bigger and bigger as we go, which will, of course, happen. It's going to be absolutely insane, but that'll be pretty exciting. All right, we now have 1,000,000 Roman soldiers killed and over 250,000 Spartans killed. So things are actually getting worse for the Romans.
गाइस अगर आप चाहते हो कि मैं आपको लोगों को और कई वीडियो को प्लीज इस वीडियो को लाइक और सब्सक्राइब कर
I
देना
actually brought us to the edge of the battlefield over here just to see what it's like. It seems like we have small excursions outside the lines here, but for the most part, the lines are still steady in here. As you can see by this lump in the middle, this is where the battle lines first started, and the Spartans have managed to clear over this way to here. And everything they're standing on right now is actually dead bodies of Roman soldiers.
ये इंग्लिश में बोलता है
So,
आपको पता हो
Spartans
वीडियो
still have
फ्रेंड
a
में
long way to go.
आपको पता हो उस वीडियो मैंने बनाया था वो बी विद माय फ्रेंड वीडियो आपको पता है उसमें मैं इंग्लिश बोल रहा था क्योंकि मैं अपने दोस्तों के साथ इंग्लिश में बोलता हूँ
going to be having a dominating victory here. Okay, the Spartans have now killed 1.8 million Roman soldiers, but the Romans did just cross the 500,000 kill mark, which I mean is pretty admirable. That's decent. You can see the Spartans have just driven in to the Romans here. I mean, they are deep in the Roman lines now. It's not even close, dude. They are just pushing them back on all fronts. Let's go ahead and check out this little tower
Now,
battle that we've got
video
going on here
YouTuber
and see how the Romans and
मतलब तुम
Spartans
टीवी
are
में रिकॉर्ड कर
faring
रहे हो?
here. I have to say I'm rooting
मैं
for the
gaming
Romans
videos भी बना
now,
सकता हूँ
just because I like a good underdog,
मेरी मम्मा है
but
वो
they're not gonna win. Let's be honest, it's just too brutal right now.
बेटा ये
There are
कैसे
a lot of
चलेगा?
Romans
टीवी
here.
में रिकॉर्ड
Holy
करके
cow.
कैसे
There's a
चलेगा?
ton of them.
अरे
Wow.
गेमिंग वीडियो नहीं बनते उससे मैं
Guys,
गेमिंग
one of
वीडियोस
them are falling
दिखाऊंगा
off the edge here. Whoa.
जो लोग भी देखेंगे वो खुद भी
Entire
निकाल
mountainside.
वो वीडियो तो खुद भी निकाल के
मम्मा
देखेंगे
टीवी में मत देखना टीवी मत देखना
Romans and
और
Spartans.
तुम कितने
both
लोगों को देखोगे टीवी
falling
ना
down here. It
रोकोगे
looks like
टीवी
there's
ना
just a
देखने से
ton
और
of
उसमें
Spartan
टीवी
soldiers
बहुत
down
छोटा
here.
है
They're just killing every Roman that's still
इतना
alive
खून इतना
as they
खून
slide down. That's
इतना
brutal. So
खून
a Roman soldier falling down here, it's a death sentence.
इतना
That is-
खून निकल रहा है
Ooh,
कितने
God
रोमन
dang.
मारे
That
हैं
is really,
उन्होंने
really
इतने
brutal.
स्पार्टन मारे कि खून निकल
Also, it
गया
seems like the
वायलेट
Spartans have
तरह भी है पर देख मेरा सीखने का मन भी नहीं है लेकिन मुझे सीखना पड़ेगा
see actually.
मैं रो नहीं रहा हूँ गाइस
Very, very cool moment. in
टीवी
this
में
battle.
देर से देख
Because
रहा हूँ
I
ऐसे
think
ही
we originally saw the first of this battle starting up here or something like that.
ऐसे स्टार्टिंग में आवाज
I think. So,
रोमन
oh, it's not going well. It is not going well for the Romans at all. Over this way,
खून ही खून हो गया है भाई
does this appear as though the Spartans have pushed back the Romans quite a bit over here and are now fighting on this ledge here. Still some Roman reinforcements coming down this way.
मेन
But
बैटल
not too many.
माउंटेन के
The
पास जा रहे
Spartans
हैं
in this little
वो उसी
middle
जगह पे रहो ना
peninsula thing have pushed the Romans further back as well and will
Yeah,
soon
you know,
start expanding
यहाँ
out
से
on the
Roman
sides.
आ
Actually,
यहाँ
so many
से
dead
आ रहे
Romans
हैं
are right here that they've
बस
created another
स्पार्टन
ramp
पकड़ा
to try and attack the Spartans from.
है बहुत सारे स्पार्टन मरे
The
हुए हैं
Spartans are having to defend that ramp right
लेकिन
there.
अब इसे स्पार्टन को
Pretty soon these
कैसे
Spartans
निकाल
are
दी
going to be having reinforcements coming in from the flanks to trap these Romans from this peninsula area, which would be pretty cool, and the same will happen over here too. But thus far, I mean, we're almost at 2 million total Romans
ये
killed.
तो
Spartans are
स्पार्टन
absolutely
है सही
killing
में और
the
इतना
game.
काम रोमन भी है
Literally.
ये सब क्या है
A pretty interesting battle, honestly. And we don't
ये
even
war
have
तो
really that
उसका भी
many
हो रहा है
reinforcements for the Romans coming in anymore.
इससे अच्छा तो
So they're
इंडिया
having
और
to
पाकिस्तान
fill
वॉर
in
दिखा
with
देते
some, you know, very minor amounts of reinforcements.
गाइस
being
आपको बार बार
further
इसलिए देख रहा हूँ क्योंकि
distributed
ना
down this little
एक दिन
side.
मैं ऐसा वीडियो रिकॉर्ड कर रहा था मेरी स्क्रीन रिकॉर्डिंग
For the Romans going
खत्म हुई
forward.
मतलब मेरा वीडियो रिकॉर्ड नहीं हो रहा था क्योंकि ना स्टोरेज कम था मैं टैब में रिकॉर्ड करता हूँ वीडियो
Wow, just check out the
इसलिए मैं
rivers of
चक्कर की रिकॉर्डिंग रुक तो नहीं गई
push down this hill. It's absurd, dude.
मुझे
It
खुद
looks
आते हुए
like
भी दिख
most
रहा
of the
है
Spartans
छी यार
have exited the kill zone over here and have moved further down. But there are still folks rolling down the hill right now. Most of them are already
Spartans,
dead.
मर गए,
To sort of get back up here.
मर
This
गए.
is crazy. Oh my god. Let's see where
मेरे
this
वीडियो को बनाने में
right
कितने
here.
मिनट? ये मेरे वीडियो को बनाने में 15 मिनट हो चुके हैं.
A little bit more territory. Not a crazy amount, though. Not a crazy amount. Right now, the Spartans have killed 2.6 million Romans, and the Romans have killed almost
15 मिनट.
750,000
अभी कितना बचा है?
Spartans. So the Romans still have
खत्म ही होने वाला
1
है.
million soldiers left alive.
जिन लोगों
And
को
the
क्लियरली
Spartans
नहीं दिख रहा है, मैं थोड़ी देर बाद आपको पास करके दिखाऊंगा स्क्रीन. रुकिए.
Basically overwhelming odds. I mean, there's just no chance that the Romans managed to do this, even with
नहीं,
the
नहीं,
good
नहीं,
troops
नहीं.
going.
जब आप मैं स्क्रीन में दिख रहा हूँ आप लोगों को बहुत छोटा आ रहा है टीवी ना. मैं थोड़ी देर आपको पास ला रहा हूँ.
Actually, something's going on at the flanks. Okay, yeah, so it looks like the Spartans won the battle at the flank here and managed to break through. And so Romans are actually splintering off soldiers from their main force over here.
चलो गाइस, आपको पास करके दिखाना है, दिखाता हूँ. तो चलो.
Some of the Spartan
हाँ, अब
forces
टीवी में देखो जरा.
to make sure that they can't completely encompass their lines. And we can see this happening right over here too, as some Spartans do manage to break through that flank defense right there, and are beginning to mess with the lines here. So big things are
गाइस
happening.
मैं आपको दिखा नहीं पा रहा हूँ.
The Romans are desperately trying to fix that. It's basically a race to the end.
अब आपको दिखेगा ठीक से.
A second front almost. Also looks to me like perhaps something's going on down this way. What's going on over here? Why are there so many Spartans over this way? This is a little bit peculiar. Oh, there's like a small amount of Romans holding out around here too. Very bizarre. And then over here, there's more Romans holding out. So
गाइस मैं आपको दिखा नहीं पा रहा हूँ, सॉरी. आपको जितना दिखा सकता हूँ उतना दिखाया.
in splintering of a lot of
इसलिए
the
गाइस प्लीज सॉरी.
various positions. Look here, you can see where
हाँ,
Romans tried to make a
अब
stand,
ठीक है.
cut down
चलो देखते हैं
by
क्या.
many a Spartan over there, and now the Spartans are moving out this way, trying to flank
खून
as much as they can, but the Romans are trying to beat them to the flank to pull down the lines. You can actually see it's almost like a zipper. It's like a zipper. Every new Spartan that arrives, a new Roman arrives as well to prevent it, and it's getting closer and closer to the camera here. It's kind of cool to see as the two sides try to reconnect here and prevent a collapse. However, the inside lines over here are about to collapse. There's about to be really no more Romans over this way. And so then the Spartans will be able
यहाँ
to,
पे तो Romans खत्म ही
like
होने
right
वाले
here, break through those thin lines and then develop more and envelop more. And that will continue down the line. And then the Romans are trying to send a few soldiers to go and reinforce those lines, but they're probably a little too late. Yeah, and the Spartans are just able to squash the last Roman.
ये तो मुझे उस गेम से
Right
रिमाइंड
there,
करता है.
they'll be able to
टोटली
slaughter the
एक्यूरेट
Romans
बैटल
in
सिमुलेटर.
different positions as well.
Damn.
So big things happening on the battlefield in this direction here. More towards the middle, there's still a lot of soldiers for each side.
खत्म क्यों
That's
नहीं हो
probably
रहा
not
है
going to
यार
happen.
बैटल?
There's going to be no breakthrough in the middle for quite some time, but it's interesting to see the edges over there having that kind of thing go down. All right, gamers, we are currently at 2.85 million Romans killed and looks like 780,000 Spartans killed. I am going to go ahead and get us a bird's eye view of this side of the mountain and do a little time lapse here because I think that can be kind of fun. The Romans are on the left, the Spartans are on the right. I'll be back in a bit.
सबसे तेज यार इस जैसे तो कि 1 मिनट में आ रहा है और पता है क्यों ताकि वीडियो को ज्यादा टाइम दे लगे ना तो देख रहे हैं रखता क्या लेकिन फास्ट मोशन में अभी क्या हो रहा है रोमन बोल रहे हैं अब क्या हो रहा है स्पार्टन इस तरह भाग रहा है इतने सारे रोमन की डेड बॉडीज क्यों दिख रही है इतने रोमन मर गए कुछ आवाज में नहीं आ रही है यूट्यूबर ने किया होगा ऐसा.
Alright gamers, I basically allowed the game to play out while we were in sort of that time lapse there, simply because I realized
Yes,
It's
Spartan
probably
Beat है।
more fun to watch it that way than seeing the same update over
Guys,
and
उसके भी
over
वीडियो को
and
लाइक
over.
कर
So,
देना।
I actually just stepped away from the computer
उसके भी
and
वीडियो को
let
लाइक कर
it
देना।
sort itself out. And hopefully that
Spartan
match
जीतेगा
turns
नेक्स्ट
out
बैटल।
very nice. I'm excited to see
कौन
it.
यार, कौन जाएगा क्या?
But regardless of that, the Spartans won by a lot. They got 4 million kills, of course, and the Romans only got 1 million kills. So about one Spartan is worth, 4 Roman soldiers. It's a big difference right there. And the Spartans managed to secure the Dubski. Either way, guys, that will be the end of the video today. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you did enjoy it. Please be sure to hit that like button if you did, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below if you'd like to see some more of this in the future. Either way, guys, I will see you all in the next one. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content. And
तो चलो गाइस, ये वीडियो का एंड था। अगर आपको इस वीडियो को अच्छा लगा, प्लीज़ इस वीडियो को लाइक और सब्सक्राइब कर देना। कमेंट्स में बताना कि आपको ये बैटल कैसा लगा। बाय।